Hello, everybody. I've got you crooked a little bit. A little better. We'll scooch out. Okay. Welcome to our Workday wind down. Today, I would like for you to be near a wall, or in my case, a door. Whatever you have, some kind of walled space behind you, and you can set up a mat perpendicular to your wall. We're going to use the wall for a lot of our stretches today as we kind of just shake off and let the day go, get a nice calming, deep stretch, and we'll relax at the end. So, without further ado, come on up if you're seated. Again, lay out your mat perpendicular. If you have a mat, if you don't, that's totally fine. You can put down a blanket or a towel. Lay out your mat. Come to standing with your feet about hip distance apart. Doesn't matter where you are, which way you're facing right now. We're just going to come into this moment. So take your shoulders, roll them up, back, down, and relax them down once they end up there. Close down your eyes or soften your gaze and just tune in to how you're feeling. Take an inhale through the nose. And exhale to release your shoulders down. Notice how your mind feels. Notice how your body feels. And know that you did the hard part by showing up. This is your time for you, so let's make it worthwhile. Leave everything else to the side. Keep your eyes closed. We're just going to roll our shoulders and circle backwards. Do a nice big circle, rolling the shoulders all the way up to the ears, backwards and down. Couple more times, still breathing nice and deep. And then we'll switch directions, now rolling the shoulders forward. And then you can open your eyes. I'm going to have you turn so that your right side is facing the wall. You'll place your hand on the wall with your fingertips facing backwards. Once you get there, you're going to start to slowly walk forwards, keeping your arms straight and your chest facing forward. So it's going to want to turn into the wall, but that takes the stretch away. So keep your chest facing forward as you take that hand behind you still on the wall and you just walk inching in towards the wall. You want your hand about in line with your shoulder. You should feel that chest stretch, right side chest stretch. If it hurts, take a step back away from the wall. If you feel like you need more stretch, just start inching towards the wall, chest facing forward. Breathe into it here, just relax. Let every other part of your body kind of chill out. No need to hold any tension. And keep in mind during all these stretches, we're only stretching to mild discomfort, so you don't need to really crank on any of these stretches to feel any type of pain. If anything hurts, you want to back away slightly. One more deep breath in. And deep breath out. Start to take baby steps walking away from the wall. We'll switch sides. So turn so that your left arm is facing the wall. Hand on the wall, fingertips face backwards. And we keep the chest facing forward as we walk forward and towards the wall. Hand is once again in line with the shoulder. And we're trying to make sure that the chest doesn't turn towards the wall, but the whole front side of the body is going forward. One more deep breath. And we'll slowly start to release. Take your whole body to face the wall. I'm going to come to this one so you can see the side view. And place your hands down. Start to walk your feet out until you find an L shape. If you feel uncomfortable here, you can walk your hands up a little bit more, but you want your hips to be over your feet. And then with your hands planted firmly on the wall, you're just going to let your upper body hang through. So your head will come towards the ground, your heart will come towards the ground. We're finding a nice stretch in the armpits and the side body and the upper back. Just try to relax the weight of your torso. Let it hang down between your arms. Should feel really good. Keep your hands where they are and just slowly roll it up a little bit, coming out of the stretch. And then we'll come back in one more time, letting that heart just melt towards the ground. Hands stay where they are. And start to walk your way back up. We're going to come straight to the wall, putting your heel right up next to it so that the ball of your foot comes onto the wall. Once you're there, you're just going to press yourself forward into the wall, and you should feel the calf stretch, the backside of the bottom of the leg. While you're here, see if you're gripping anywhere, if there's any tension in the rest of your body, and try to actively release that, whether it's letting those shoulders droop down. Whatever kind of tension is in your body, just let it go as you breathe out. And slowly release that one. Switching to the other side. Bring the ball of the foot to the wall and the heel down. You can just start to rock your weight forward until you feel a good stretch. And slowly release. Keep your hands on the wall. Place your left foot about a foot away from your wall. Take your right leg back nice and far. You can push into the wall and you'll feel that calf stretch one more time, but maybe in a little bit of a different way on the back of that right leg. And then come back and bring the feet together. Take that left leg back, big reach, and stretch it out. And release. You're going to turn your back towards the wall. Place your hands on it for support. Your feet are about 1 foot from the wall. You'll cross your right leg over top of your left. If you want to scoot forward a little bit, you'll figure it out as your hips reach back for the wall. And then you can just rest your whole body on the wall while you get a nice stretch in that glute. I'm leaning forward slightly so that I get more of a stretch. But if you're good up against the wall, that's fine. Might start to feel a little engagement of that left quad. It's almost like a little mini wall sit here. Come on up and switch feet. So right foot comes down, left foot comes up and crosses. We sit the hips back into the wall. Get that nice glute stretch on the left side. And then we'll come on up, right foot towards the wall, about a foot away. One more time. Take that right hand and place it on the wall. And then the left arm is going to reach up and over for a side bend. So you can actually kind of use your right arm as leverage and sort of push away from the wall so that you get a little bit more of a side bend motion, reaching that top arm up and over. And we'll release and switch to the other side. The left arm on the wall, about shoulder height. Right arm scoops up and over for that side bend. And then we'll come on out. Stay exactly where you are. Just take your right leg and cross it back behind your left leg. So it comes back and to the left. And then you'll reach up and over one more time. And then release. Switch to the other side. Left leg comes around. And then we reach up and over. And slowly release. Again, back comes toward the wall. You can take your feet closer to the wall this time. Again, kind of like a foot away. Maybe you'll figure it out as you go. You can place your hips on the wall. So sit back into the wall, bend your knees slightly, and then just slide your hands forward as you come into a bent-legged forward fold. The wall is supporting you so you don't feel like you need to balance. Just let your head hang heavy. Knees can be as bent as you want them to be. Just release every upper body muscle that you have. Give your head a shake, yes and no, if you want to. Relaxing the neck, the head, the face muscles. And then bend your knees enough that your hands come to the floor, and we're going to just keep the feet where they are, and we'll walk down to the knees. I'm going to tilt you down. You guys see where you are. So we're going to come to the wall with the back side of our legs. So imagine that the wall is behind me, sticking right up. What we're going to do is take our back foot, our right foot, and just put it right up against the wall. So once the wall is there holding it in place, you can start to make your way up. You're going to feel a stretch immediately, so you probably won't end up all the way up, but you're just going to use that wall. So slide your right foot back, your right knee back so that it's touching the wall. Your left leg is in a lunge. So I've got my leg propped up against the wall. I already right here start to feel the stretch, so maybe I'll just stay right there. If you feel like you want to increase the stretch, you can come up a little bit higher and push yourself back towards the wall. You should feel that entire right leg, right quad, just hello, thanks for the stretch. That hip flexor is getting a little bit of love. And if this is too much, you can skip the wall and just be right here, holding that back leg. Same thing. This is just a little more intense of a stretch. You have less to do because the wall's doing it for you. Take One more deep breath here before we switch sides. When you're ready, you can slowly release. Switch it out so that the other leg slides back. You've got your foot and your knee up against the wall. Right leg is down. You can start to walk it up, or you can stay where you are. And then we'll slowly release it and walk forward so that we're away from the wall. You're just on your mat now. We're going to come into a downward facing dog. So tuck your toes and peel your hips up. We're in our downward facing dog. You can take pedaling of the legs or stillness, whatever you feel like your body needs today. And then we're going to shift forward so that we end up in a plank and lower all the way down to the ground. Keep the hands where they are, toes are flat on the ground. We're just going to lift up and come back down. We'll do that 2 more times. Lift up, come back down, lift up, come back down. This time we'll come all the way up to a full upward dog, straightening out the arms. And slowly release. Great, roll onto your right side and just bend your left knee, your top leg. And get one more quad stretch here. This one's a little more passive and gentle. So you can sort of just relax into it. And then slowly release, switching over to the other side. Right knee bends. And you grab hold of the foot for that quad stretch. And release, we'll come back to the belly, press up onto all fours. Take you guys down a little bit more so you can see. We'll do a couple cat-cows. So hands are underneath the shoulders, hips are over top of the knees. Spread the fingertips wide and we'll inhale as we look up, drop the belly. Exhale as you tuck the chin and round the spine. Inhale, look up, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Couple more times. Wonderful. Stay here in a flat back once you finish. You feel like you're ready to move on. And we're going to take the left arm up and open into a twist. And then it's going to slide through, palm facing up, all the way down until your shoulder and ear come to the ground. Start to make our way back up, reaching all the way into that twist one more time, arm all the way up. Use your exhale to bring it down. We'll do the same thing. Next inhale lifts up the right arm, big twist. Exhale, slide it through, palm facing up all the way to the left until your right ear and shoulder reach the mat. One more breath in and out. Bring it all the way back up. Reach up, 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 and exhale, bring it down. Wonderful. Face yourself towards the wall, enough far away that you can reach your hands toward the wall with your arms straight. We're going to be in kind of like a child's pose position. So my feet are together, my knees are wide, and my hands are forward. Again, we're going to let that heart melt down and keep the arms nice and open. Find that position that works for you. Place your hands maybe a foot to a foot and a half up on the wall. Just let those shoulders open up. So good for you, especially if we sit all day with our shoulders rounded. It's a great stretch to counteract that seated posture. Then we'll slowly release. Stay exactly where you are. Just take both elbows on the ground, walk them forward, and come into your child's pose, letting your forehead now rest on the ground. This pose is a great surrender. Not a lot to focus on but your breath. One more deep breath here, all the way into the belly. Feel the back expand. And you can start to make your way up. So we're going to stay facing the wall, but come onto your bum and scooch yourself forward so that you can lay on your back and place your feet on the wall to the point where you've got about a 90-degree angle with your knees. Never taught class upside down before. All right, so we're gonna take the right leg, just like we did standing, and cross it over top of the left. So the ankle is just under this left knee. And then notice wherever your knee is, you're gonna take your right hand and just gently guide it toward the wall. Now, if you don't feel this stretch in the right glute, what you can do is slide your hands through. Just take a little pop off the wall with that left foot, hug your hamstring, and use your right elbow to push your knee towards the wall. And slowly release, bring that right foot back to the wall, take the left foot, cross the ankle over the right knee, and guide that knee toward the wall. Option again to just kick off the wall with that right foot. Slide the arms through and hug the hamstring towards you as you push away with that left elbow. Keep both feet flexed. Release the stretch, bring both knees together and both arms straight out. Anchor your shoulders to the ground as you drop your knees over to the right and take your gaze over to the left. Breathe deep into the belly. Bring the gaze back to center. Connect to the core to lift the legs up and over to the other side. Keep your right shoulder down as the legs drop to the left and look over to the right. Look back up at the ceiling. Bring the legs back in. And we're going to finish with a pose called legs up the wall. So you're going to slide yourself as close to the wall as you can until your bum touches the wall. Roll back onto your side. Bring your legs up the wall. You can kind of wiggle around here until your legs and hips are completely against the wall. So you don't really want to have to hold them up too much. Once you get there and you feel like you're settled in, your glutes are on the wall, your legs are on the wall, your feet are on the wall, you can take your arms either all the way out to the side or down slightly, 45-degree angle, maybe even one on top of the other on your belly. This will be our final pose. We'll stay here for a couple minutes, just allowing the blood flow to come down out of the legs and just relaxing. If you haven't already, close down your eyes and breathe. Allow your breathing to just be natural. No need to control it or change it in any way. Let your entire body melt into the ground below you. Soften the skin of the face, the forehead, the eyelids. Relax your jaw. Let your shoulders be heavy. Let your hips be heavy. There's nothing left for you to do. Just breathe. Start to bring some awareness back into the body by inviting small movements like wiggling the fingers and the toes. You can bend one knee and then the other. And bring the knees into the chest as you roll onto one side. Take a breath here before you press yourself up to seated with your head coming up last. And I thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you next time.